Stop, Charlie. Your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love and your softly me. And it's me you need to share. It's a jewelry cake. What is it? We need to learn, 'cause we're living where mountains breaking us down when they all show. What? To you and me, I believe in you. You know the door to better sun. You're the light in my deepest, darkest doubt. You're my savior when I fall.
This meeting is being recorded.
And you may not think I care for you when you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love? And
Good morning, everyone. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Vickie.
How are you? Where's your spinny thing on your video, Tom?
Hold on one second. You're not connected to my headphone.
Hello, Suzanne, Caroline, Patricia, David. Hi, good morning. Who else do we have?
There you
Good
go.
morning, Vickie.
Love it, Tom. Love it.
Well,
Love
thank you. Now I'm connected.
it. How's everybody doing this Saturday morning?
Great. Hope you are.
Yes, it's a good day. I'm working from home. So I get to
Vickie,
wash.
aren't you getting just a little bit tired yet?
I am, but I have my big jug of coffee, so I'm good to go.
Good deal.
Yeah, just to work from home, I get to do some wash and catch up on things, and it's a little bit easier. So I'm grateful.
You've just got a few miles on you the last few days.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. I think I'm tired, but then Amy went to New Orleans, came back to Houston, picked up family, and then went to Virginia, and she just got in last night. So she's really tired, but she's at the office. We have some meetings today, so just gotta keep going, gotta keep pushing through.
Good morning.
Hi, Caroline.
I did talk to our other Vicky. I was up there. We had a get together with Angleton,
Oh
and
my gosh.
we had a great time. So I told her, I said me that I was with the Cornerstone, and you were the president there, and my mentor. And she's like, "Oh, how neat!" But she's really busy
Awesome.
that day too because we had lots of senior people.
Oh, yeah, I'll see her tomorrow at church. All right, let's see. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I still have people coming in. Good crowd today. I love it. Who else am I missing? Wow, a lot of new faces. This is great. Make sure everyone's in before I start talking. Okay, 16 people. All right, Good crowd.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to stay on for the entire time, but I'll stay while I can.
Unacceptable, Tom. Unacceptable.
Oh my God.
Hello, Jamie, Kristen. Good morning. Some new faces on here. I love it. I love meeting the agents that are just recently joined. This is great. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. See if y'all can see this. Can y'all see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, let me just, oh, more people. Okay, hold on. I'll get you. I'll get you. We will wait for you. All right, so we'll go and get started. If you guys have questions during this presentation, please feel free to join and speak up. I won't be able to see y'all because I'm sharing my screen, but just kindly let me know that you have a question and I'll stop and answer as we go along. This is part 3 of the Saturday study hall that I am helping our agents get acclimated to getting their agency ready. My name is Vickie Benson. It is Saturday, June 27th. Oh my gosh, like I can't believe it's going to be July pretty soon. This is crazy to me. But anyway, it's a good day. We will have a good time in this, and we'll get to learn some new stuff. And let's get started. Okay, we have more people joining. All right, I'll let them in as we are talking. So this is where we have talked about branding your agency. What are your niches for your agency? What's your email and website going to look like? This training for today is going to be about when that client calls or contacts you for a trip, is your agency ready? Are you ready to take their information and to kind of set up shop? And we want to go over these simple things that will help you make your to-do list complete before you might have already had client calls. And you might find something that you need to take care of to represent your agency. So again, we're just trying to get you the basics to set up your foundational tools for your agency. So I hope this helps. And then next month, we're going to be doing a booking from A to Z. So the next thing is to get your client information. We're going to do a booking, how to go from taking the information to go to the supplier portal, quote the trip, and then take it back to your clients. So that's going to be a great one as well. So I appreciate everyone being here. It's a beautiful Saturday. I got my coffee. I hope you have your coffee. And let's go ahead and get started. Does anybody have any questions before I start talking? Sorry. I apologize. Anyone have questions? And I can't see you, so I apologize if I don't see y'all. Oh, let me get some more in. All right. Okay, so you have the client that's going to call you and they're looking for a travel agent. So when you receive that call and you may not be fully set up in your agency, it could be nerve-wracking because you want to look presentable to your client. You want to look like you're a professional and you're organized, but we really want to make sure that you have all your tools in place so that you can take that call, get their information, and you want to run with it and not waste any time in getting that quote to them so that you don't lose that client and they go somewhere else. So the client's going to call you. They're looking for a travel agent. You're going to be, yes, my name is Vickie Benson. I am a travel agent. How can I help you? All right, but you want to make sure that you have your information up and running. Are your business cards, are they with the standard requirements of the Cornerstone logo and the SOT numbers? Do you have your name, your phone number, and your email? That's pretty much all you need. If you want to put your logo on there, that's great, but less is more. Keep it simple, make it easy for them to look at. that it's not a lot of information that you're cramming into that business card, because you can take it to your email and your website, that you can expand on your knowledge and your certifications and anything you want the client to know, whether you're just a wedding planner or if you're just a cruise planner. Those are things that you can communicate to the public through your email and your websites. I know that I've noticed a lot of agents have their certifications on their emails. It looks great. I love it, because that's always going to be the forefront. Whenever you're corresponding with your client, they're always going to be reminded of what your knowledge is in. Excuse me. Your website. This is where you can have fun. Is it active? Make sure that when you're providing this information on your email and your business card, that your website is in fact an active link, that it's not invalid. And then when I click on it, is it up to date? Do you have the most current mock booking details on it? Do you have your latest client reviews? Do you have your experiences on there? Maybe give a bio of where you've traveled and maybe some photos of you, so that your client knows that you as a travel agent, you do love to travel and you are, going places and you want to share those experiences with them. So this will go a long ways whenever you're trying to solidify that relationship with your client, that you have the facts, you have the travel experiences, and your information is ready to go for them to contact you. Any questions on your business cards, email, or website? No? Okay, take it as a no. All right, let me let people in. All right, so one of the first things that you want to have on hand when a client is giving you the information is specific topics, because this information that you see here is going to help you filter the trip and how the details are, whether it's an all adult, inclusive property, or if it's going to be a family trip. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm getting sick. But this is where you can have a travel inquiry form that's going to have the client's name, their phone number, their email, what airport would they use for their trip, the dates of travel, which is really important, the occasion. Are they going to be celebrating a honeymoon? Is someone going to do a surprise proposal for their girlfriend? Is it a wedding? Is it a bachelorette party? Is it going to be an all-girls party? Is it, a family reunion? These are things going to help you have the information to what's expected of you to provide a quote for that client. Are they traveling with emotional support dogs? Do they have a pet that needs to travel with them? You will have to contact that supplier to have the specific documentation for that client. How many adults? How many children? The destination. Do they have a specific, city in Mexico they want to travel to, or perhaps they want to go to Rome, not Barcelona. They say, I don't want Barcelona. I just want Rome. These are things that you want to ask them, and then passports. Of course, if they're going international, do all the clients have passports? If not, you need to start getting your client prepared to applying for those passports. And it depends on when they're traveling. So if it's a year out, you have plenty of time. A passport will have a turnover of approximately 1 to 3 months, depending on how busy it is. I've had clients receive their passport within like 6 weeks. So it depends, but also you want to make sure that you are reminding your client to get those done. You want to ask your client, do they want to take a cruise to their destination, or if they want to just take a flight and arrive and not worry about the cruise. These are things that you're giving your client to decide on what kind of trip they want to do. Do they have medical needs? Do they need to travel with an oxygen tank? Do they need a wheelchair? Maybe a walker, or whatever the case may be. You want to be able to have that information, because it'll be up to you to provide all those details for that client and how they're going to travel. And of course, the main thing is the budget. You want to know how much they are willing to spend. Now, we kind of toggle with money with the clients, because we had clients. There was a couple. They wanted to go on a honeymoon. to St. Lucia under $2,000, and they were traveling from Wisconsin. I knew in my mind that that was not going to be reasonable because the flights and anywhere in St. Lucia was going to be very expensive. Probably 2,000 was going to cover just the flights. So you have to really be transparent with your client. Don't overpromise them something that you can work on a $2,000 budget. If they're going to a unique tropical destination, you want to be honest, that this is going to be a difficult budget, but let me see what I can price, and then you can, take it from there. Always let them know that, honesty, because if you get them built up and you're saying, oh, yes, this is going to be a great trip, I can find you something. I'll look in the properties, in St. Lucia, and they can, if they say they have a hard $2,000 budget, I start talking to them to kind of downsize their vision of where they want to go. So this is where you being professional is going to have a lot more respect than you overpromising. And then when you come back with that quote and the trip could be, 4,000 or 5,000, it's going to discourage them not to travel at all, or they can start looking at other options. So maybe not St. Lucia. Maybe you could talk to them about going, to Miami, or maybe to Mexico on an all-inclusive. There is an all-inclusive in St. Lucia. It is the Royalton. You can find some pretty good prices if you're just looking for a standard room. So it's all about research. It's all about looking through the filters of the website. Price agencies will have a great website to have, properties that will be a standard room all the way to a penthouse. And so, of course, with the airlines, you have to look at the airlines too. Maybe ask your client, do you have frequent flyer miles that you can apply to your flight? If the flight is pricing the trip really high, then I suggest that they look for flights on their own, because sometimes they can find something that's, they can pick their own flight and they can pick something that's reasonable. And then I can work with that 2,000 for the property. So it's really just kind of letting them know that you're going to be calling them. We're going to work together on this. And if they're willing to work on flights on their end, or maybe you can search for flights for them, then it'll kind of take the stress of trying to bundle that whole trip under 2,000. Any questions? Everybody with me? I'm looking at the chat right now. SOT, should we have all 4 on our business cards? I only have 2. Florida and California, yes, Tanya, those are the ones I have on my business cards. You don't need to have all of them, but yes, the Cornerstone logo and the 2 SOTs, that will be sufficient. Okay, next one. All right, so we all talk about this credit card authorization form, which has been a huge conversation piece within our travel agency. Agents, do not assume that you will not receive a chargeback. I always go in with that mentality. I've worked with a family that has canceled their trip on me due to like a family argument that one cousin canceled against the other cousin, and they were trying to do a chargeback on me, but it didn't work because I had the credit card auth form saying that they gave me authority to charge on their credit card for that trip. So as much as you might seem comfortable that you're only dealing with family and close friends, things can happen. And so it could be a job loss, or it could be, that they don't want to travel anymore, or if there's a disagreement between the travelers. This credit card authorization form is going to protect you with the bank, that they would not be allowed to do a chargeback against your agency. We have this form here. You can find this on our Cornerstone Agent Access page. This is for you to use if you want to, alter it to have your agency. You're more than happy to. This will suffice because Cornerstone is your host agency. So this would be legit for your agency. If you want to create one on your own, that's fine. but this one is especially going to be used for trips that are 30 days and sooner from the booking date. So this is where going through our fraud occurrence that happened 2 months ago, that if someone is calling you and they're very, there's an urgency to travel within the week or two to say, overseas, or they're looking for like first class and they want the deluxe room at a hotel and it's a lavish hotel, they're spending high dollar amount. Don't get me wrong, clients, some of them can afford that financial expense and they're really looking to get away. But what this is doing is going to provide you protection in case there's a credit card that is stolen. Cornerstone will have this on file to protect you if that person is stealing credit cards and making a fast trip out of town. So credit card authorization form has been used with me for every single client that I have used. This will be good for one purchase of a trip. So I have several clients that have taken several trips with me, and they know my routine. That every time we start a new trip, then I present a new authorization form for them to sign, because it's a different date, it's a different purchase, it's a different destination. And so when you have that regular conversation with your returning clients, it's an easy sell. They already know what's going to happen, and you're just protecting them. So as much as a client may be frustrated that they have to put all their information again, or they have to sign another form, just tell them, look, I'm protecting your information and me. And that way, that's the respect I have for my clients, just like I want them to protect my information. So this is a short form, but it goes a long way. And keep this form. I keep it for at least 5 years after a trip has been completed. Any questions? I know y'all have some. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I do. Now I use the travel authorization that's in TESS. Do I need both authorizations if it's less than 30 days?
No, as long as you download that authorization form in the trip, you are good.
Do I have to have this form if it's less than 30 days, or can I use the one in TESS?
If you have the one in TESS, that's fine. As long as you have an authorization form for you, that's all we're asking, so that we have protection on that trip.
Okay, because I've been doing both, and I just didn't know what the routine was. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because some agents aren't ready to create their own authorization form. I have one that I've made out of Excel. So, but I also use this one too if it's under 30 days. But a form is a form. And also, guys, whenever you are working with a client, I do not have them sign electronically, because anyone can do that. I always have them download, print, pen to paper. I want to see that signature match the driver's license or the passport. And when I see those that match, I take that authorization form.
Okay.
Any questions on that? Let's see, deposit, they sign one, and then they sign again for the final payment.
Vickie, I have a question about the authorization form.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. So do I have to upload the signed authorization form into TESS, or?
Yes, it goes into the trip and TESS. Whatever trip you're working on, that form goes in there. So it's always good practice to download those forms into every trip, because if we get a chargeback from anyone that's in our TESS system and we see the off form, we know that our agency is protected and your agency is going to be protected, and we don't have to go through the whole process of Amy having to pay the supplier and then we go to you for the charges. There was an agent 2 weeks ago who his client canceled $3,000 of a trip, had a fight with his girlfriend. He didn't have a form because they loved each other and they were so excited. It took one fight, and now he didn't have an auth form because he trusted them. Now he is paying Cornerstone back the $3,000.
Wow. Okay. So I have a client that's making payments on their cruise. So she sends me, the form every time. She took a copy, she signs it and dates it every time. So each and every one of those I need to download.
No, ma'am. No, that one form is going on the travel dates. See the
Yep.
travel dates on section 3?
Yes.
You're going to put from the first date of travel to the last date. And so all those payments that are going into that specific travel date for that trip, that's
Yep.
going to suffice for every time you make a payment on that card. So that's protecting you. Yes.
Okay. So just the one, as long as I got the travel dates.
That's right. And so if you see that's the traveler name and then your agent name and destination. So this is where we're trying to make it easy. So every trip that they take, say the client, schedules a Dominican Republic trip in February, that's an off form.
Okay.
And then if you have the client comes back and goes, oh, we want to take a cruise in July, that's a different off form because it's going to a specific purchase on that trip. So each form is about each different purchase.
So I completely understand that. Thank you. But she's making like different payments, like every month. She'll do like 200 here, 400 there. So like on this form, it says total amount. Do I just put the total amount of the cruise and?
Yes, you're putting the total amount of what you quoted the agent, of what the client. So if the trip is say 5,800 altogether, now you're always going to put it's always going to be estimated. So the client will always know that rates are not guaranteed until the deposit is paid. So once you've locked in that trip and the client knows exactly how much is due for that cruise or that tour or whatever the case may be, that total amount is going to protect how many purchases that you're making on that form for the credit card.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, even when my clients change credit cards, I do have a form for that particular credit card because it could be a different bank. It won't even protect that credit card that you've used maybe from the first 3 payments. And then the client says, oh, I have a different card I want to use. Hey, can you kindly sign this off form because this is for this particular credit card?
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's just really, it's just a safe measure, because you're dealing with people that things happen. What if they got sick or they got really ill and they needed to, do a chargeback to save that money and take that purchase off? That's all going to come back on you guys if y'all don't have this off form.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, let's see. I've been reading some conflicting things online in our Facebook group about the form. Where are you? Let me see, where is it at? Wow, there's a lot here. Sorry, guys, I didn't see the chat going on. Okay, where'd she go? Do we need to have the one signed for each trip and for each charge? Okay, so that's that's that one form umbrellas the whole trip because it's going to cover that whole amount. Now, this is where it's good too, because if that card from that client, say it gets compromised and there are charges going from, like there was a fraud charge to, whatever company did that, this form is going to protect you because only your purchases are going to come from you and it's going to be about that trip. So this is also, that the client will not be afraid that you're going to take their card and purchase car, clothing, you're going to go out to dinner. This card is not to be used other than the purchase. And that's what you're saying here. I'm only using your card for your trip purchase, not for anything else. Okay. And I also have a client that just got back from a Barcelona trip. And he says, hey, can you keep my card on file? So we find an excursion or we find an activity we want to do because they took my Viator payment link that they can click and schedule things. He was contacting me and saying, we want this trip on this day at this time. So I had the card. I could do the trip, take care of it. And then he wasn't worried about making that payment during his vacation. I was working with him during his trip. So when I have, I already have his authorization. And so that's where it protects me too. So, and also those emails saying, hey, can you keep my payment? I'll put on the email as agreed. You would like me to make purchases for you while you're on your trip. And so it's just that paper trail of protecting you with the client. Any questions? Deposit they sign one. Okay, I already answered that one. Scroll down the website. It's right next to the training calendar. Okay, you're asking for the credit card authorization form. It is an agent access. So we have its own module. So you can just click on that and the form comes right up and you can download it. Do we have to sign a new form for the hotel and then one for the cruise? No. If you're booking them as a package, you would be able to use that one form. Now, if there's a different credit card for the hotel and a different one for the cruise, yes, I would have 2 different off forms because it's going to 2 different banks. Remember that. It could be a different bank. It could be a different, whatever the case may be, but you're protecting yourself against that entity with that credit card. Okay, Amy, yeah, it's in the agent access. Okay, thanks, Chris Ann. She answered it. All right, any other questions about this? And guys, no question is stupid or you don't want to bother me. This is what these groups are for. Give me your questions. Our mentors are always going to take the questions. No matter how simple you might think it is or it's not a big deal, we're here for you. And so this is where we can help you get those questions answered and you can move on and go on to other things with your training or with your client. Okay. All right. So when you're talking to this client and they're talking about a cruise or talking about an international tour, or maybe they just want to get away to Miami, with a hotel and a car rental, these are the suppliers that you are starting to think about to plan with. You want to make sure that if you're promising the client, yes, I can work on those, but also, are you registered with them? Are you ready to take that client and work on that? So remember this, if you have a client calling on Friday saying, hey, we have a trip that we want to plan, this is what we want to do, but you haven't registered, much less trained with them, you really need to be careful what you're promising, because if you put a supplier request form or you self-register on a Friday night, the girls, some of them work on Saturday to process your request. We still have to hear from the suppliers to grant your approval. So this is where it's really important. Register now with your suppliers, even if you're not going to use them. Get registered. Get your email, your passwords all aligned. That way, whenever a client calls or they just want to have an insurance policy for the whole year because they're planning on taking different trips, get your Allianz or get your Chubb, registration going. Be prepared. Don't tell a client, hey, I can get back to you, next week with this. Why? Get your suppliers and be proactive and be organized. My next thing that I come to is this. I have a supplier cheat sheet. This is not all of it. I just did a dummy, example. But what I have done is I've made a whole Excel spreadsheet of all my suppliers. And so with this, I have like my Expedia Tap, Agent Universe, my Latitude, Black Lane. I have the URLs already into my spreadsheet. So all I gotta do is click and go. I've saved the passwords on my computer. That way I can go back and forth to suppliers, get quotes. I'm able to, I also have my my username and my password on the other part of the spreadsheet, but I didn't put that in there. But have I call it my travel Bible, because everything that I need for my suppliers is on here. So like the first section is my air, hotel, car, and other. So if you keep on scrolling down, which I only did a piece of my cheat sheet, then I have cruises and I list all my cruise suppliers. Everything that I can think of to register, I am registered. So whatever my client calls me, I've got it. I'm ready to book. I'm ready to get that reservation, solidify it, quote them, and get the deposit and move on to the next client. So it's about being prepared. It's about, yes, ma'am, I can do that. You want Viking, or you want HX expeditions to Antarctica? I'm ready to go. Let me get back to you on the quote. Have these suppliers ready to go under your agency. Any questions?
I do have a question.
Yes.
How do we know which suppliers we should be signing up for, and like how many realistically should we start with?
So in our agent access under the getting started, we have our supplier page and we have preferred and elite. These suppliers that are under preferred and elite are with the travel Leaders Network, which that means that they are our consortia. And so if there's agent support, or if there's a problem with commission, or if something was booked wrong, travel leaders, we can contact them. They will support you with all the issues. That's why they're elite and preferred suppliers. We are protected under Travel Leaders Network. And so that's where you can go through them and you can find out who does what. Now, it's pretty easy. Like, cruise lines, that they will do the cruises, that's all they do. But if you go to VAX, as you can see here, VAX has FunJet, Apple Vacations. They have Hawaii, Universal, Discovery Cove, SeaWorld. So it's a matter of when you register for them, attend the supplier spotlights that we have in our live calendar, as well as live on during the week. So next week we have ALG Vacations, which is VAX. And so Miss Tara Wicker will be on, I think, Tuesday. And so she will be talking about everything ALG Vacations. So these supplier spotlights are for you guys to attend or to even hear the replay. And they're going to let you know what they can do for you, what they provide as a service, what properties, are they just hotel? Are they car? Are they transports? This is where that's the research that agents need to do, is go into the suppliers, study them, train them, and then you'll know what they do. So even in your cheat sheet, you can put, like the items of what they do, like car rental, transports, flights, hotel. And just by going over them and being acquainted with them, you'll get to know which suppliers do what. And there's a lot of suppliers. We have over like 1,800 suppliers. It's impossible to list all these suppliers. However, the ones that we have written on our supplier page, those are the ones that are guaranteed commission. They will have great agent support, and the BDMs are there to help you. Now, BDMs will come and go, but we're always trying to find out who the replacement is. So it's a process, and they kind of jump around a lot. But the suppliers we have, we know that they will have great customer service for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. Do
Yes.
we know who the BDM is for Carnival yet?
No, he's onboarding right now. I do, but I can't release that until they advertise it. Carnival, when Lori Mason left last year, which we missed her because she was so great, they had a BDM that they hired. She did it. It was overwhelming. She didn't make it. So they had to find a replacement. So now they're in that stage where they're onboarding him and getting him acclimated. He will be doing trainings and he'll be at our convention. So he's getting ready to run the race, so to speak. And so once we have it,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, once we have him announced, we will have it as a Facebook post, and we'll be able to give you his email. But he's almost done. They just don't want to release it yet until he's acclimated to all the procedures and processes.
Okay, so he'll be ready by the time of the convention anyway.
Oh yes, in a week or two he'll be ready. But also, if there's any issues that are escalated, I do have a contact that works with me to get those issues done for y'all. So please, don't hesitate. Come to me with those, and I will help you with that.
Thank you, Vickie.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions about this spreadsheet?
I do have a question, Vickie.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had two clients I was trying to help. One of them was flying, the flight that they wanted was Air Canada. And I couldn't find that anywhere through any suppliers. I did find a post in Facebook from like 6 months ago where Amy had said, we only work with US-based suppliers, but that may change soon. And she just said, hint, hint. So is that something that's still in the works?
So our suppliers do work with Air Canada, because I just did some flights with them. So Snap, you can find Air Canada. On Expedia Tap, you can find Air Canada. Now, you're only going to find the airlines that have flights available for booking. So they may not have a flight that's available for your filter or the trip that you're looking for. It doesn't mean that we're not working with them. And as far as like other airlines, you will find those, especially if you go direct to Delta, or if you're doing United, or if you do price agencies, VAX, Expedia, and Snap. You will find various airlines that they will provide a trip according to what your filters are.
Okay.
So if you don't find something and it's a certain destination or a flight schedule or however you're filtering your trip, then that airlines is not going to be available if you're looking for a particular one. And so people will be like, how come you don't carry this one? Well, it's not that we don't carry them. The supplier is not provided an airline schedule for what you're looking for. So that's why you wouldn't see something there.
Okay. Because I tried and I just couldn't find. All right,
Yeah,
I'll look at them.
Yeah, and so did you try Delta or did you go to Snap and look at that? Well, how long have you been with Cornerstone?
Yeah, I can get in Snap. It's been over a
Okay.
year.
Okay, perfect. So I would go with Snap, but also look at go outside of our suppliers, and I will go and look at a search under the airline websites, and I'll see if there's even flights available before I waste my time with suppliers trying to find airlines or a
Well,
schedule.
flight, yeah, it was available on the airline flight.
Okay, so maybe it's not. It wasn't available through the suppliers. It wasn't provided, so that could be the reason too.
Okay, and then what do you do in that case? Just tell them sorry.
Yeah, just I be honest. Say I can't find the airlines that you're requesting. Would you like to see on your own how much you can get them for? Or you can even do a public search on that airlines and look for them. Say this is what the airlines is providing you to to fly if it's a morning or evening. Now remember, we don't add money on our airlines. It's direct. We work with whatever the airlines is pretty much what the public price is going to be. I've never seen if I go to like a American Airlines out on their direct website and I'm looking at our suppliers, it's close. I mean, maybe like it depends if you're doing first class or maybe just a regular seat, but it's pretty much apples to apples when you're looking. Now, when the client wants to have first class or only morning or only, an afternoon flight, that's where it could be sold out and it's not available for us to book.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Chris Ann, you said to clarify, is the CC off form only for travel within 30 days? We talked about this in New Orleans, Chris. It's for every trip that you're using a client's credit card. Always have an off form for each credit card that you're going to be purchasing a trip on. How do I submit my loyalty status match to MSC? You call them and you let them know what cruise line you have status with, and then each rep will handle that accordingly. So you have to call the supplier to let them know, and they will help you with that. Amy. Yes, Chris. I see your hand raised.
Hi there. Okay, so that's what I thought, but I was like, you know what? I just want to clarify with everybody else that I remember that correctly, that it does need to be for all of them, because so much information when you go back and read in the Facebook group, it does get like confusing. So
yeah,
I just wanted to make sure I knew, because that's what I started doing, is just for everybody.
No,
Was
understood.
having that authorization form.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Chris, that's a good point. So guys, this is why on the specific departments that you're asking questions about on Facebook, some agents are not providing the correct information. So if you can email the specific department, whether it's Tess for Molly, finance for Brianna, who is a CFO, if there's for booking, you can email me. If there's agent support, if there's a supplier request or a supplier registration question, you have the supplier department. When you guys go on Facebook, you're going to get everyone putting in information about 80% could be correct, and some people are asking a question above another question, and then pretty soon you have like this storm of information that people are asking different things. Just contact the department that you need help with, and we can answer you so much faster because we're not on Facebook during the day. We are in our portals and we are working, independently. So that's just something we really want to stress, and that'll take the traffic off of Facebook. We want to keep Facebook for announcements, like for different things that are coming up. So to educate you guys, or for, supplier information. So use the corporate contacts and email because you'll get a lot faster response. And if it's a Friday, we have 2 teams that work every other Saturday. So that way you'd be able to get some help. But again, if you come to me, I'm happy to answer everything. And then I can add the department. But if you can, go to that department. That would help me out a lot. Any other questions?
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I, is your wonderful cheat sheet for the suppliers, is that available somewhere? I would love to have that versus reinventing the wheel.
So I can make a mock booking of this, and then I can put it on the Facebook group. Would y'all like that? And then y'all can just screenshot
Yes,
it.
please.
Okay.
That would be
Thank
great.
you. And I did look in agent access, just so you know, before I asked, but I didn't see it there. So I'm trying to
it's
use
not
that
there.
first.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
well,
is
that's why I
something.
couldn't find it.
No, yeah, that's great, Chris. That's a good question. This is something I did because when I first started as a travel agent, I hated the idea that I had to find the URL, find the website that, Cornerstone provided, and then remember my password or remember what I saved. I wasn't keeping a notebook of passwords, and I have a notebook of all my passwords, but it's for different things. But I had to find a better way to toggle in and out of suppliers, because you can go through 3 or 4 suppliers to price a trip. So this was the answer to my prayer. I have the URL. I have it saved on my computer with the password. All I do is click and go. I'm right into the website, and I can start looking at what I need to. So and mine has a lot of suppliers on it, and I will give that to y'all. And it's all categorized by topics. So there's air, hotel, there's cruises, adults only, insurance, baby equipment. So I'll send that on the Facebook group today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's exactly it. You're such a wealth of knowledge that I bet you there's a lot of us that we will learn just by looking at your cheat sheet. And then we don't have to reinvent the wheel and spend all that time. So thank you so much for sharing.
No,
that.
you're welcome. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, and you say I'm a wealth of knowledge, but everything changes all the time. So if I don't know something, give me grace. But send coffee, gift cards, whatever you want. I'll send y'all all the information I have.
Red Bull. You like your Red Bull?
Yes. Y'all saw me drinking them at the hotel. So yeah, I drank several of those. Let's see.
Red Bull and casinos, but I can't help you with the casinos here in Galveston.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So Shakita asked, I'm a new agent. I have been here since March. How can I register with Travel Leaders Network? It's in our supplier page. It's a self-register. This is a great website because you're able to set up your agent profiler, which is your own business profile that goes nationwide. So if somebody's in your area looking for a travel agent, your website's going to be available for them. This is also the training on travel leaders is incredible. I have learned so much. It's a lot of training, but they'll do destinations, supplier trainings. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I encourage you guys to get on there. And also, whenever you're on Travel Leaders Network, they will announce different events. They have Edge. They have all kinds of stuff that goes on. So it's very informative, and they're there for you. And it's also whenever you use Travel Leaders with like Cruise Complete, Snap, whenever y'all are qualified, Social Share Pro. I can't say that very fast. And then also Agent Profiler. They're there for you. This is all about the agent support. So I encourage you guys, go on there and look it up and register. Okay, Miss Karen Floyd, love the cheat sheet. Okay, thank you. Your hand's raised. Did you have something else, Karen, you wanted to ask?
Yes, because I have kind of a very specific issue that's kind of escalated at this point. And I emailed on the 24th, but I haven't heard anything back. So I really need to see if I can get some help with this, but I didn't want to get off of here and not get to talk to you, but I don't want to interrupt your presentation that you're doing.
Okay,
So,
ask me after. We're almost done. Ask me when we finish this, and then I'll be happy to answer you.
okay, that would be wonderful. And thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course, Karen. Of course. Jamie, I believe she just made one on her own. Okay, yeah, you're right, Jamie. Okay, yeah, can't find it. All right, yes. All right, you guys are just asking if I can share it. All right, so I think we have a couple more. Okay, guys, here is the booking process. You guys can screenshot this. This is also in our Facebook group. We've shared this quite a few times, but this gives you an idea. Client wants a vacation, so then you start asking the specific information. Do they want a flight or car rental only? You'll go to Agent Universe, Snap, or Expedia. Of course, there's more suppliers that provide these services, but again, it's a lot to list. If they want an all-inclusive or a hotel, these are the suppliers that will provide that. Vacation Express, Vax, Beds Online, Pleasant Holidays. And if they want an ocean cruise, well, then that's easy. So you have like Carnival, Royal, Princess. Now, when you think about an ocean cruise, remember there's a pre and post hotel. You can also book activities in that city. I always have my clients come in 2 days earlier, say it's Miami. So much to do in Miami. There's the Everglades, there's the beach, or, there's different excursions they can take, into Miami. So think about the commission that you can make off this trip. It's not just the cruise, but then also think about the pre and post of what you can do for the client. And so don't leave money on the table. Think of everything that you can offer the client, and then I'd rather them have more information than not enough. And then when you think about insurance, you always want to make sure they have insurance to cover them. Some clients will have whatever purchase they make on their credit card, they already have insurance included in their credit card. But remember, it's only for the trip that they're purchasing. So if they make a purchase of a cruise on that credit card, and they decline the insurance on the cruise, which is very reasonable. But if they're doing a flight and a hotel and a car rental, or they're doing an activity in that pre-stay of the city, you got to remind them your insurance is only covering the cruise. So let's talk about an insurance policy that's going to cover you from leaving the front door to coming back home at the end of the day. So you want to make sure that they understand that things can happen. I had a client that was coming back from Barcelona. His flight got canceled, and they were in LA, and they were going to Tucson. It was like the last leg of like a 21-hour trip, and they had to stay in LA. But since he had the Allianz insurance, they are reimbursing his hotel, his food, and a rental car that he needed to go get medicine. So it's great. I mean, anything that comes up and it's extra expense outside of what he's already put on the policy, they're taking care of him. So I really recommend that. Allianz is great, especially if it's an umbrella policy for the trip. If the client has a toothache, or they broke a tooth, or say they broke their glasses, or they had an injury and they fell, Allianz will give you the doctor location of that city, whether Barcelona or if it's in New York or wherever the case may be. And they will even deliver the prescriptions needed that the doctor has prescribed. So it may be pricey, but when you let the client know all the assistance that they will do for them during their trip, it's a no-brainer, because what client is going to go and know where a doctor is, or a dentist, or an ER, or where the pharmacy is at. So these are just great ways that you can give the client a peace of mind that you are knowledgeable. You know exactly what your supplier can do for you, and that you can tell them, anything that happens, you're covered. There's an app. You can, they'll give you all the locations. So it's just a really nice, I like Allianz. Chubb is good too, but I kind of lean towards Allianz just from my personal experience, because my clients come back just really happy from their experience of making a claim. Okay. Any questions? Anyone have questions? Okay. All right. So just remember, guys, an agent access, you can find everything on here. When people email me or they call me, like, it's not in there. And I love to, like, get on a Zoom call and I'll show them exactly where it's at. And they're like, oh my God, is that what that module was for? And I'm like, yes, this is where you can find it. So I encourage you guys, get on the agent access, explore, click on the link, see where it takes you. You can't do nothing wrong on our website. We encourage you to just go through everything, get knowledgeable. So as you need your resources, you know where to find them. And it's always changing, but we always make, we'll make an announcement of what's changing or whatnot. But this is everything you need to get your agency on board before that client calls. Do y'all know where to find all this stuff on here? The agent guide, you can download or print it. The getting started module, that gets you into all of our system. That includes the test, the Facebook group. And then you have the Travel Academy. You must complete this before you get access to suppliers. This Travel Academy will give you the agent badge for your profile. And then that's when the supplier page will open up. We did change this process because agents were going directly into suppliers and just starting register, and they didn't even know what to do. So that academy is going to educate them before they get into the supplier registration. And then there's the credit authorization form. There's other forms you can find on agent access. And then, of course, our corporate contacts. Everyone is on there with our picture, so you know who you're talking to. And then our tests. That's also its own module with a training video. And we also have our live calendar that you can replay and look at and find out about all these items. Okay, guys, this is it. I appreciate you guys being here. What can I answer for y'all? Anyone?
I do have a question, but it's not necessarily about booking. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, I was wondering about the convention coming up. So I'm still like really new and everything, and I was wondering if that's something that I could go to, or is that for more like experienced travel agents?
No, it's for everybody. The convention is mandatory if you're doing the Waymakers, because you'll have you'll graduate at the end of the year with the curriculum and with the last ship inspection that's required. This convention is for everyone. There's a trade show on Friday. You're going to have the staff there to do Q&A. You can go talk to whatever department you need on Friday. We have the supplier spotlight on Friday afternoon. And then Saturday is our general session. And then Saturday and Sunday, we have ship inspections. So it's for everyone, whether you're a beginner or you've been a travel agent. Come to the convention. We have keynote speakers. We have Jonathan Iverson, who's going to be amazing to talk to, and he might even entertain us. And then we have Professor Melissa, who's going to be a keynote speaker. She's talking about business. She's a real professor of business. She teaches classes at a college. She has a really great presentation for us. We have Tess that's going to be doing a presentation. And we have the Travel Institute, who is going to pin agents who are doing their CTA certification. So there's a lot of great things during general session. And then we're going to feed you. So the food's going to be amazing. It's at the convention center. We have hotels you can reserve. Across the street is the beach. It's beautiful there. So there's a lot of things to do for the family. So as you register, we're going to be confirming that as we get closer to it. So it's a great time. You get to meet agents, you get to meet the staff, and it's just a really nice weekend for Cornerstone, and we're really proud of it.
Okay, great. I think I actually am gonna come. So like when it comes to booking a hotel, where am I supposed to stay?
We have the hotel links in there, so you can find all that information under the events.
Like after I register, or like when I go to register, it's there?
You register first, get your ticket, and then there's the hotels. I know the San Luis is sold out. The Hilton, I believe, had 3 rooms available, and then the Holiday Inn had a couple of rooms available. And then there's other hotels that you can book at, but they're not in our room block. But so that's where the earlier you register, the more you'll get a chance to get a room.
Okay, so like when I register, then I can have access to like the room blocks.
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of people do, schedule outside of that because they have like condos or VRBOs. So that's also, that's fine. I mean, because some come with their family, so they have a place they can kind of stay and enjoy the island.
Okay, and for like the wave makers, did I understand that correctly that like you have, is it like a calendar year or is it like November to November to complete that?
No, it's calendar year, so it starts in January. I do have some people that started this month. It's possible you can complete that. It's just a lot of time to put into it. And then the supplier trainings on the replays, those will qualify during that quarter that we ask for those different requirements. If you're doing a replay, we are going to be releasing a quiz for each of those replays. It's nothing serious or extravagant, but we want to make sure that you're answering questions during that replay. We had some agents say, "Oh yeah, I did the replay," and then I called them, and I was like, "So tell me, what did this BDM? Who is the BDM for this?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "Then," and then I asked him another question about the presentation. He's like, "Oh, I'll get back to you." That showed me that he didn't watch it. So that's where we're doing these quizzes to make sure that everyone is watching it respectfully and that they're going through the whole information, because that's the purpose, is to educate you guys and to make sure y'all are learning something from them.
Okay, so if I started, like I could start wave makers now. It's like not too late.
Absolutely. And yeah, absolutely. And even if you come to convention and you don't finish Waymakers, don't beat yourself up. It's more about the education that's going to be the advantage. And then you can also, maybe do it and then start again in January, because the curriculum changes every year. And so it's always going to be something new. And so that's the perk of it as well. We're just trying to make curriculum for y'all so y'all can keep learning.
Okay, great. I requested access to wave makers. Do you know how long it takes for them to like grant me access to
Oh,
that?
that's me. That's me.
Oh.
I'll be doing that today.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your name? I didn't get your name.
I'm Kristen Nelson.
Kristen. Nice to meet you, Kristen.
You too.
All right. Who else got a question?
Hi, Vicki. It's Jody.
Hi, Jody. How are you?
I'm good. When I upgrade when I decide to upgrade to the 90-10 split, the commission split, sorry, does the new commission split apply to older bookings?
It does not. It's effective the day that you upgrade your subscription.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And also, when you're a pro, if you do the pro, then you can purchase your CLIA, and we will reimburse your CLIA card 90 days after your data purchase. So just send me the CLIA receipt, and then I will pay the system will pay you 90 days from that month. So if you buy your CLIA, like say March 10th, the system isn't going to recognize in 90 days. We're going to pay you exactly on the 10th, but it's going to release it on that month. So that's just the only thing that we try and have you guys, have patience with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, Vicki, it's Shakita.
Hi, Shakita. How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations on your promotion as well.
Oh, thank you.
I do have a quick question. I have a Royal Caribbean group booked, and I noticed that I can move it to, I guess, our headquarters group. I have a quick question about that. The ones that are visible to me, that is our agency, correct?
Okay, so on those, whatever it's titled, if it says open, that means you can book into there. If it says closed, that's what we did with our Cornerstone agents, is to label your group if you want people to come into it, or if it's closed because it's private, it's only for people that are waiting to book into, say it's a reunion or a business cruise. So if it says open, then yes, you can get in there and fill those cabins up.
Okay, even though I have my own group block, I can just move my group into the
group.
It's a headquarters group, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else?
I do have one more question. This is
Yeah.
Kristen again. I saw that how do we do a mock booking?
A mock booking. Okay, we did this at the retreat. So a mock booking, we can probably do that as well in one of the study halls. A mock booking, you only need 5 things for your mock booking. If you want to write these down, and I will get these to you.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, so a mock booking, all you need is a destination. You need an estimate price. You need maybe like two or three things about the booking. Maybe like it's all inclusive, resort, casino, things that are going to attract the people to want to look into this trip. And then you're going to want your contact information. And then you're going to want a disclosure at the very bottom saying prices are subject to change. That protects you. If you quote that trip, say it's estimated like at 3,200, and they call you a month or two later and they say, hey, I really want this trip now, but the prices have increased, that disclosure is going to protect you, because they can't come back and go, you said it's 3,800, how come now it's 4,200? So that's just the nature of the beast, so to speak, that prices are going to go up and down, but you want to protect yourself. Now, I'm going to probably do a mock booking this next month, but always remember, get your data from a supplier. You want to go and get your data from something that has been produced by a supplier. So if that client calls and says, tell me more about this trip, I'm interested, you want to have that data and have the integrity that information is correct, whether it be the property, the room. If you said standard room and they want a penthouse or a deluxe room, or maybe ocean view room or ocean front room, you have to let them know, okay, with you upgrading to a room that I've quoted, it's going to be higher. So, but you want to make sure that you have that supplier that you can go back to and provide that trip for. You don't want to just make up a trip and then make up a price, because then if you're not having integrity with what you're providing, then you're not going to have the clientele to believe you. If they're going to go somewhere else and find someone that's going to help them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And those you can practice on your own. So if you have Canva, I do all of mine on Canva, because you can create sceneries, you can do the font, you can do animation with your letters and stuff. So we did it at the retreat, and I see who was here. Chris and Caroline, y'all were here. I don't see anyone else who was at the retreat, but this is it's really great, because you can change things on Canva. You can do maybe 10 bookings, at one time, and then have your Facebook schedule those out during the month, so you don't have to think about it. So it's a really great way to keep the advertising going and do different destinations. So that way you have a variety, because even though you may think that, Cancun is great, a client may think, a land tour might be better, in Africa. So have a diversity where you can attract different people that might be looking for something in those terms.
Vickie, is this study hall go towards wave makers?
It does not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Only
it's cute. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I can't say that it won't. If that's hard to say. So we're only focusing primarily on the supplier spotlights, because that's what we want y'all to, that's the meat of the whole education. But the NAOs, the group Q&As, this would count too. I mean, it is a group Q&A. I just call it study hall because I'm doing those, and it's more of a personal training that I do for the agents. So yeah, I'll make an executive decision. It'll be included.
Well, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I was just trying to.
But you did, Caroline. You did.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. So I'll
keep you on your toes.
No, I will. This makes sense, to have it part of it. So yes, I will go ahead and add these. So if you do a replay, then we'll just do a short quiz, and we'll get those going. If you're going to be at a convention, you will be receiving that correspondence of, okay, so we have you. We're going to make sure that all the wave makers is complete. If you're missing something, don't worry, because it's easy to miss something, and we'll say, hey, go find a group Q&A replay on this month, and then we'll provide that quiz, and then you'll be complete for that requirement.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So with convention being in November, let's see, October is going to be, it'll be September that we'll start verifying everyone's participation. I'll make sure that y'all are qualified for the Waymakers, and you'll be getting your shirt sizes and all that stuff if you're registered. So September is going to be a busy month with Cornerstone, getting everyone on board for the convention. All right, guys, what else y'all got for me? Hit me.
Okay, I actually put a question in the chat, but I'll just ask you. So for the seminars at sea, do we put those in tests?
No.
If we're okay, I didn't think so, but
Yeah.
man, I don't want to be in trouble again. So
No,
okay.
because the fam trips and the seminar at seas, they're already discounted at travel agent rates. So those
Right.
are not even a booking. That's just you and the BDM having that trip, already confirmed. But if you do a hotel, a car rental, or you're going to stay maybe 3 days after whatever the cruise is at, then that's where you can put that into test, because that's aside from the fam or the seminar.
Perfect. And that's what makes sense to me. But as you know, we can't always assume. So thank you.
No,
So my
that's
second
good.
question then would
Yeah.
be, can we talk about the Travel Institute? Because there's some classes I would like to take and I was contemplating joining, but I've been, like we talked about in New Orleans, it's like maybe I should hold off on joining for a little bit.
Yeah, so the trip kit from the Travel Institute, y'all are qualified for, because it's the very begin. It's the first curriculum for a travel agent, which is, I'm actually doing the trip kit and the CTA certification. Don't ask me why I said yes, but now I'm in it, so I'm doing it. But
I looked into that. That's a lot.
it is. The Travel Institute is amazing, guys. They're not affiliated with Cornerstone, but they're its own company, and they're a nonprofit. So if you want to hear about the CTA, we do have the video you can watch, but you can also see it on the Travel Institute website. It is pricey, but they have scholarships available. I had to write 2 essays, and then they approved me for the scholarship. So the course for the CTA is $5.99, but I got it for $2.99. I love a bargain. I mean, yeah.
That gives me hope then, because I really want to do that. And I
Yeah.
mean, I know I'm so new at all of this that I don't know if I'm doing it too early, but I'm like, I want to get as much of my education in now while I'm still, this is my learning mode right now. This is my learning stage.
The trip kit for you, Chris, would be perfect. It's all
Okay.
about the orientation of the travel industry. And it's a very serious exam on all their certifications, because it's proctor based. So you can't just take it. It's not open book. You do go to a location, and they have you can't bring your phone in, your open book, your notes, or anything like that. So, and if you don't pass it, you do have to take it again, but you'll pay again. And it's not the same price, but it's a lower price. But I just want to take it and be done with it. But there's quite a few certifications they provide. And so, I would challenge you guys on that. And then they're going to be there at the general session and convention, and they're going to pin the people that are getting ready to proctor their exams. So I want to pin. Like, I want to go up there and get
And that's going to be you. No, that's going to be you.
I don't know.
Because I was also looking at the CLIA, at the first one, the CCC. And so I'm like, well, which one? Like, I want both, but
if you try and certify with everyone, you can. Jill Johns has a lot of certifications under her name, and she's worked on this for a long time. I don't have time to do all those, and I like the Travel Institute because I work real close with Gita, and so she's inspired me quite a bit, and so I really want to take it because I need to, and I want to be the role example, for the agency, and so this is a challenge for me. So whether we'll see how far I get. I just got to take it. I usually do it between 10 and 12 at night. So that's where my study time is, but it's a lot. So when you want to take it, make sure that when you pay for it, that you're in it, in it to win it, so to speak.
In it to win it, man. That's exactly it. And that's where I'm like, if I'm not rolling in clients and like, I need more knowledge to be able, I mean, yes, I've been in business a long time. Like I've got business. I know how to do my accounting. I know how to do that side, thankfully, because this is a lot if you're never been in business before. But, you know, trying to get immersed in this. And then I kind of feel like it helps with my credentials that I'm not one of the fly by night guys that's out
Well,
there. You know,
yeah.
that's my thought.
Well, the trip kit is all geographical and time zones. I mean, it's pretty scary when a client says, I want to go to Asia. And they're like, hey, would you like, what else do you want to do in Africa? Like, Gita has had some travel agents that look like fools because they didn't know where they were sending their clients. And they also have destination certifications too, which I don't believe you pay for those. I want that because I've been to Japan, I've been to London and Barcelona. But that was like 15 years ago. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Well,
so I want those destination certifications.
Yeah.
That's a big draw to me.
Yeah. And looking at their curriculum for those destinations, I was like, wow, like this is not even the tourist. This is the travel agent part. So it's really incredible what they've done with these curriculums. So yeah, I encourage you, just go on there and look around because they do have a lot of information that you can, see if you want to do it or not.
Hey Vickie, do you anticipate there being any I don't know, special rates or anything with Cornerstone with them next year?
For Travel Institute?
Yeah.
They're offering us the scholarships. That's something that they don't do a lot. So with the agency and how they're working with us, we've been working with them since Edge. They came up with the scholarship. So it's 2 essays. It's really I think it's under 1,000 words, but you get to pick 2 topics, and and they don't chat GPT it because they filter all that. They want to hear from the person. So it's pretty, yeah, they know when someone's chat GPT something. So just be you, talk about what you want to learn and talk about what you want to take from it. And that's what they want to hear about.
Okay. So like the partnership kind of like that was teased back from Edge, that's what we're referring to.
Yeah. And so with them though, we're going to release curriculum for January that's going to be, instead of the academy, the Travel Institute will now have curriculum for beginner agent, intermediate, and advanced. So that's where they're coming in, and we're going to take their curriculum and make these different goals so that agents can kind of work towards something and still get educated. So that's what we're working on with them as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Vickie.
Yeah. Anyone else? I'm here if y'all have a question. If not, thank y'all for showing up. I'm blessed that you guys got to be here and you guys are learning. Have a blessed day. Be careful. Be good to one another. Next week, we're off Friday and Saturday from the office. I'm so excited. So just enjoy y'all's week, getting ready for the holiday. Email me, guys, if y'all have any questions, and email the departments if you can. It'd be so much easier for you, and y'all can get a lot quicker answers. And y'all be blessed and have a great day.
Thank you for doing this, Vickie. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Chris.